From the station with the most local news, Fox 17 News starts now with a winter weather alert.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Christian Frank.
And I'm Michelle DeSalms. We are in the middle of a winter storm warning. Here's a look now at the power outages being reported at this hour through the Consumers Energy Outage Map, as well as pictures snapped by our crews and viewers in the Kent County area. Big part of the reason behind the outages, that snow out there is wet and heavy. And it's not just happening here. Michigan State Police Trooper's vehicle was hit today while assisting in a traffic crash that was in Saginaw County. The trooper, though, is reportedly okay.
Tonight, our teams are out all across West Michigan covering the storm for you. In Battle Creek, we've got forecaster Tracy Hinson, Fox 17's Lauren Edwards in Portage, Dana Chiklis is in Grand Rapids, and our Darren Cunningham is in Ionia. But first, we're going to take a look at the forecast and what conditions are like out there right now. So how much snow is still on the way? We're joined by Chief Meteorologist Joe Kopacek in the Weather Center and by meteorologist Kevin Craig out in the elements. Let's start, though, with Joe. It's been sloppy all afternoon, so is it starting to pile up on the roads?
Yeah, Christian, certainly is. Initially, the road temperatures were a little warm because we've had temps in the 40s the past couple of days. But if it snows heavy enough, it will even start to accumulate on the main highways, and that's what it's doing right now. Big picture, the storm system bringing us the snow is down through parts of Ohio right now. The track on this still puts it up between Toledo and Cleveland. In that location, that would put us in a prime location here in the Grand Rapids area and points eastward to see some heavy snow. And you can see that taking place as this storm tracks off to the north and east. Here's a little closer look, and again, you can almost watch this radar and see this snow kind of pivoting up to the north and east and then curling back around. So we are going to be in this moderate to heavy snow pattern right on through the evening hours. I think after midnight or so, once the storm tracks off to our north and east, the snow will become much lighter. But between 6 o'clock and midnight, if we get this snow falling at close to an inch an hour in some locations, obviously it does not take long for that snow to really start to pile up. A little closer look, we've got several heavy bands of snow going on right now. First to the north, from around Newaygo through Muskegon, Grand Haven, back toward White Cloud. That's one. And then as you head off to the south, we've got another band off to the south of this that's tracking a little bit further off to the north and east. We'll go to that graphic right now. And again, here it is. This is probably the heaviest snow that we're getting right now from Wayland or just west of Wayland down toward Allegan, then kind of curling around into Barry County back towards Hastings, right in there. Notice you get off to the south and east, it's lighter amounts of snow. That means, or doesn't mean it's over. That just means your snowfall amounts will be lighter as we go through the evening hours. Now for the winter storm warnings, still covering most of West Michigan right on through tonight and through the early parts of tomorrow. The Oceana County is under a winter weather advisory. This is a combination of the heavy wet snow and winds, which are now gusting around 25 to 30, and they'll actually pick up overnight tonight. And if you look at off to the south there, that dark red color, that is actually a blizzard warning for northern sections of Indiana. So that extends all the way down into parts of central Illinois. This is a widespread storm, and if you're traveling basically in any direction, it's going to be a huge impact even into tomorrow morning because cleanup will be going on at that point. Right now, temperatures, they're stuck in the low 30s. We were in the mid 30s earlier, so this stuff is definitely starting to accumulate even on the roads, and we're not going to drop off much, probably around 30 for a low tonight. Check out wind chills right now. We're looking at wind chills in the upper teens to around 20, and the winds are starting to pick up. They're around 20 miles an hour. Those are the numbers in the white. You can see the numbers on top. Those are the gusts, 30 or almost 30 at Grand Rapids at the airport, almost 40 at Benton Harbor, and I think these winds will pick up as we go through the remainder of tonight. That's why we're thinking more power outages across a good portion of West Michigan. Tomorrow at 7 a.m., still some light snow showers. It's still going to be windy. We'll have northwest winds 20 to 30 miles an hour, so that morning commute is going to be impacted widely across the area, and no doubt numerous school closings and roads are going to be a mess in the morning. Meteorologist Kevin Craig has been in the studio and in the Weather Center all afternoon. He wanted to see what it was like out there, and so he's taken outside the studio here. Kevin, how are you doing out there?
Well, not bad, Joe. Thank you very much. Actually, what happened is I drew the shorter straw than Joe, so they said, Kevin, you're going out. But I got to believe somewhere out there in TV land, you folks want to see a meteorologist in the elements, and we certainly have one here. We've been talking about this for several days. It certainly is windy. The snow's coming down at a good clip. This is a heavy, thick, wet wet, high moisture content snow. Let's see what we're talking about. You just take it, crinkle it like this. This is the stuff that when the kids are going to be off from school tomorrow, if you're lucky enough to be off from that, this is going to be some great packing snow for snowballs or for snowman as well. Take a walk with me over here. We're out on the patio on Fox 17. How sticky and wet is it? Well, it's sticking to the branches and it's just coming down and just sticking there. It's sticking to the gate. And as Brian pans up off to the tower out here over the top of our building, look at the visibility. Visibility is down to less than a mile in most locations. That tower is only a few hundred yards away. So you get the idea. You're going to want to slow down as well. Here's a couple of facts you folks may not realize. You know, our biggest snowfall thus far this year in Grand Rapids occurred back on the 12th of January. It was only 4.7 inches. We will likely surpass that. I would guess we probably got about 3 inches out here right now. So that said, we've had 30 inches of snow so far this season in Grand Rapids. We are running a 33-inch snow deficit. We're going to knock some of that down by the time we finish with this system, because I think a lot of areas end up with a solid 6 to 8 inches in those winter storm warnings, which, as Joe showed, was pretty much all of our area. This is going to continue at a pretty good clip. Sometimes the snowfall rates out here about an inch to as much as an inch and a half per hour, and this is a whole different scenario on the front side of this system over the mid-Atlantic, where they have more than a dozen tornado warnings out right now. So the scope of this system is huge. So keep that in mind as you make your travel plans. If you've got to get out and run some errands, or even for tomorrow morning's commute, you're going to run into some issues and you're going to have to slow things down and allow some extra times. But I will tell you this, the kids are going to have a blast in this tomorrow if they're off from school, because there's a prettiness, there's an attractiveness to this winter snow, and we haven't seen much of this type of snowfall this year. So I think you'll enjoy it for that reason, but just offer some extra time on the roadways and slow things down. That's the very latest out here outside the studios in the patio here at Fox 17. I'm meteorologist Kevin Craig. Back to you guys.
Fox 17 traffic, the slowest traffic right now is the slowest traffic all afternoon has been in Kent County. Though there were plenty of accidents that have been reported in Ottawa County and slide-offs. On the main roads, speeds have been higher, but in Kent County, you can see the slowest spot is over on eastbound and westbound 96 along the 31 stretch between Holland and Grand Haven, actually above 60 miles an hour. In Kalamazoo County, between Plainwell and Kalamazoo, still under 50 miles an hour, but you notice it's green on 94. It's been above 60 miles an hour for most of the day. We checked with 94 and one of the MDOT cameras. This is in between Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. I-94 at Miller Road. It's very light traffic, and actually it doesn't show very much on the pavement, but you also see that the visibility is not all that great from the MDOT camera, as we also have a very slippery spot, and one where it's an odd kind of location just to the west of College Avenue, just that slight slope going up to the top of the hill before you drop down to 131. There's enough reduction of traffic, or rather traction, that traffic is slowed down just for that reason. I'm Rob Westerby, Fox 17 Traffic.
All right, Rob, thanks for that. Now, one of the areas directly in the line of the storm is Battle Creek. Fox 17 forecaster Tracy Hinson has been out there all day. She joins us with more. Tracy?
Christian, we're live along Interstate 94 East in Battle Creek. We're actually at the rest stop between Helmer and Capitol. And as you can see, traffic is rolling along just fine. No one seems to be slowing down, which is a problem because the roadways are very slushy out there. Now we're going to pan over to the rest stop area. This is going to give you an idea of what it's like to pull off the roadways here when you hit those off ramps, when you hit the streets that aren't those freeways that are seeing heavy traffic. It is a very slushy mess out there with very thick snow. Now coming up, we're going to go ahead and take a snow measurement for you. But for now, reporting in Battle Creek, I'm Tracy Hinson, Fox 17 News.
All right, we'll see you in a bit. Thanks for that. In one county over in Portage, Fox 17's Lauren Edwards. So Lauren, how's it going out there?
You know, the snow's been falling all day, and it's going to continue into the night, even into tomorrow morning, into the afternoon as well. And the Kalamazoo County Road Commission, they're saying that we're to get 8 to 10 inches, and they're saying actually that number could rise.
All right, thank you. Another area that's being hit pretty heavily right now is Ionia. About a foot of snow expected there.
Yeah, the Road Commission is already working hard out there trying to clear off the roads. It's also where we find Fox 17's Darren Cunningham, who's live with a look at current conditions out there. Darren?
Yes, good evening. I'd say probably about 30-40 minutes ago out here we were talking about how it seemed like the rate of the snowfall had actually slowed down. Well, I'd say in the last 20-30 minutes it's actually picked back up again. I'm actually off of I-96 near the exit, and here's a look right now. I don't know if you can, how well the snow is picking up on the camera there, but there's actually a plow truck going through the motel next to where we are right now. It's night and day between the way things are right now and the way things were this morning. As everyone knows, just the last week, the last few days, the weather hasn't been nearly what it is right now. But county plows are out right now, staying on top of things. They're spreading salt and scraping the road surfaces as I speak, and though crashes have been reported in the area. I spoke with a local towing company as well, keeping its ear to the ground, monitoring traffic maps and weather radar. They say they're anticipating a lot of calls for service this evening. The owner of I-96 Tow and Repair here in Ionia says he expects weather to be worse between Ionia and Lansing, so we'll continue to stay out here and keep an eye on conditions. Live in Ionia, Darren Cunningham, Fox 17 News.
Yeah, sure to be a long night out there. Thanks for that, Darren. Now up in Grand Rapids, things only looking slightly better. Snow still falling fast and heavy, with several crashes being reported on highways around the GR.
That's where we find Fox 17's Dana Chiklis to give us a quick rundown of what's happening out there. And Dana, last hour we talked to you, somebody you maybe thought they purposely hit you with snow. They wouldn't do that.
Yeah, right? And too bad the camera wasn't on me so we could get a look at that license plate. I'm telling you, we're on 131 between Franklin and Hall. You can see that roadway where that person came and just gave us a good old splash about a half hour ago. But take a look at the roads. You know, the snow's not letting up, but it's still not really accumulating here on the freeway. Traffic seems to be even going a little bit faster. It looks like above 60 miles an hour. You know, and at last check, I did just get off the phone with the Kent County Dispatch. While it's not causing many major accidents, they did tell me that there is a road closure over in Caledonia that's at 68th Street near Cherry Valley. Earlier, a car had actually hit a telephone pole over there, so maybe slower traffic around that area. But let's take a look at this heavy stuff. I know Kevin just gave you a look at it, but you know, when you walk, it's just turning into mush. It is that really heavy packing snow, really just like turns clear right here. This is like rock solid, going to be great for building snowballs and everything, and really could do some damage if it's getting thrown around. But you know, as we've been sitting out here for the past couple of hours, we have been seeing a couple of cars driving by with some snow accumulating over their tail lights and their headlights. So just, you know, another basic reminder to everybody out there, make sure you, if you can, clear that off so you had those lights shining brightly, and take it slow out there. The snow does not seem to be letting up, though the wind does seem to be going down just a little bit. So we'll be checking in with you guys in the next half hour or so. For now, we're live just outside of downtown Grand Rapids. Dana Chiklis, Fox 17 News.
All right, Dana, thank you. Coming up after the break, we're going to take another look at the forecast, plus check back in Battle Creek with Tracy Henson.